I'm going to give you my kind of the report one usually gives on the foundation day. It won't take a couple of hours, it'll just take about 10 minutes. And then, of course, we'll get the main event, which is Naveen Tiwari. So, distinguished chief guest, founder and chairman of InMobi, Mr. Naveen Tiwari, members of the Board of Governors, faculty and staff colleagues, students, alumni, friends, and members of the media. Very warm welcome to all of you. Today we celebrate the day our institute was founded 42 years ago. It is important for us to recognize how fortunate we are to have inherited this amazing institution, promoted by the government and nurtured by outstanding faculty, dedicated staff, and our brand ambassadors, our alumni, two of whom we will honor today. All of them contributed to laying the foundations for our current success. Now we must look ahead to strengthening our foundations and launching IIM Bangalore into a higher orbit to join the world's leading universities. The world is changing rapidly. Today, there is a global marketplace for products and talent. Disruptive technology delivers education across the world, and startups challenge entrenched corporations and swiftly become unicorns. Our foundations for the future must respond to and shape these changes. Accordingly, we have defined 4 cornerstones to guide us: developing a world-class research and teaching ecosystem, leveraging technology, creating a global perspective, and infusing an entrepreneurial mindset among our students. The bedrock of a vibrant educational institution is a strong research and teaching ecosystem, which spawns powerful thought leadership and continually re-examines and renews curricula and teaching methods. Our faculty is actively exploring ways to enhance our research ecosystem. We are providing generous support for research and professional development of junior faculty with young faculty chairs, as well as recognition of seasoned faculty through the creation of new institute chairs. Our efforts for strengthening our research and teaching have paid handsome dividends by enhancing our international reputation. Our PGP, executive PGP, doctoral, and executive programs are all very highly placed in global rankings by the Financial Times. Many of our senior faculty are recognized for their expertise with appointments to international panels. Let me provide just a couple of examples. Professor Rupa Chanda has been nominated to the World Health Organization's International Health Review Committee. She joins other world experts to suggest ways to strengthen global health security. Professor Pulak Ghosh has been appointed to the United Nations Data Privacy Advisory Group, which is part of the UN's Big Data Innovation Initiative. Our junior faculty are also making us proud. The premier global professional academy for strategy professors is the US-based Academy of Management. At this year's annual meeting of the Academy of Management in Vancouver, Professor Pranav Garg, who joined us just 2 years ago, received the Strategy Division's Distinguished Paper Award, which is a great honor. Professor Garg is also one of our PGP alumni. We have ambitious plans for our research centers. We will soon commission 2 new research labs, one for big data and another for behavioral research. In addition, we have structured our Center for Capital Markets and Risk Management. Thanks to the mentoring by this center, 3 IIM Bangalore student teams competed against 400 others in Bloomberg India's Investment Challenge and made it to the top 10, including the first place. In the future, education will benefit tremendously from deployment of technology, our second foundational cornerstone. Our high-touch, personal, face-to-face delivery of education will be supplemented with carefully tailored, high-quality MOOCs, which will allow students to enhance their learning with multimedia materials available on call at their fingertips on smart devices, of course with some advertising from InMobi perhaps. Recognizing the tremendous power of disruptive technology, 15 months ago we became the first IIM to partner with the world's most respected MOOC platform, the Harvard-MIT joint venture edX. We launched our first MOOC 3 months ago and recently announced our 7th MOOC. With technology, we reached out to over 80,000 learners in 185 countries. And this is just the very beginning. The third cornerstone of our new foundations involves giving our students a global perspective. Towards that end, we have partnerships with over 100 leading management schools around the world. In our executive PGP and public policy and management programs, all our students spend time abroad. About a third of our PGP students go abroad in exchange programs. To broaden opportunities, we launched 3 field courses last year that took 6 faculty and an additional 120 students to Japan, Singapore, and UAE, and dramatically increased the percentage of our graduating PGP class that spent time abroad for study from 34% to 64%. This year, we are adding 3 more destinations, China, Vietnam, and Israel, to provide more options. We are deepening our engagement in international networks, such as the Global Network for Advanced Management, which includes 28 top management schools across the world. This exclusive network is convened by Yale University and includes INSEAD, London School of Economics, and Fudan University. We are hosting deans of the Global Network schools here at IIM Bangalore next month. The US-based Academy of International Business, which is the world's premier professional association for international business faculty, for the first time held its annual meeting in India in June 2015. Our institute hosted this meeting here in Bangalore. Our chairman, Ms. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, received the Academy's prestigious Executive of the Year Award for 2015. The fourth cornerstone of our foundation involves infusing an entrepreneurial mindset among our students. Our faculty reviewed our PGP program and decided to make it have a greater emphasis on entrepreneurial thinking. We're also deepening our commitment to entrepreneurship research and to development of a stronger entrepreneurial ecosystem. Our NS Raghavan Center for Entrepreneurial Learning incubates startups and provides free mentoring for budding entrepreneurs. In 2014-15, the center mentored 280 entrepreneurs, an increase of 56% over the previous year. The number of startups incubated at NSRCEL increased significantly from 5 to 18. As an example of the center's impact, the NSRCEL incubated startup Zujubee, which builds cloud and mobile apps to help users achieve personal well-being, raised $1 million from a US-based VC fund. During its 18 months incubation at NSRCEL, Zujubee transformed itself from an idea to a successful business with paying customers. In addition to laying the foundations for our future success, we make a determined effort to contribute to national objectives by working with the government. We launched a brand new IIM at Vishakhapatnam just last month. Our staff, faculty, and students contributed significantly to building this new institute with solid foundations, one that from the outset has the quality and feel worthy of an IIM. We are helping develop the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, an initiative that creates impact in rural India. This fits closely with our satellite learning program led by Professor Gopal Nayak to enrich education in 2,000 schools in rural Karnataka. The International Telecommunications Union and the United Nations gave the World Summit on Information Society Award to our Center for Public Policy for this program. We assisted the government in launching the Global Initiative for Academic Networks, which will bring distinguished foreign academics to teach in India. We are also helping develop the national rankings of higher education institutes. We are clearly at a moment of great change and great opportunity for business and for education. We believe we are poised to make the most of the opportunities and contribute significantly to transforming higher education. I now have the privilege of introducing our chief guest, Mr. Naveen Tiwari. In just 7 years, Naveen has created the world's largest mobile advertising platform that is taking on Google and Facebook. Naveen received his BTech from IIT Kanpur. That is the best IIT, isn't it? And an MBA from Harvard Business School, where he received the Dean's Award for Exceptional Leadership. In 2013, IIT Kanpur gave him the Distinguished Alumnus Award for Excellence in Entrepreneurship. Naveen began his career with McKinsey & Company, but he was always an entrepreneur at heart. In 2007, Naveen and his partners started mCoach, an SMS-based search model. This didn't pan out, but like true entrepreneurs, they morphed their business into InMobi, and the rest is history. In addition to driving the phenomenal growth of InMobi, Naveen believes in expanding and nurturing India's entrepreneurial ecosystem. He and his company have sprouted over 30 startups. Naveen co-founded iSpirit, a think tank and change agent that aims to address government policy, create market catalysts, and empower entrepreneurs to transform India into a hub for new generation software products. He also founded a US-based nonprofit called India School Fund, which sets up schools in rural India, something he's very passionate about. Naveen has received many awards, including the Future Leaders Award from Prime Minister Modi and the Pathbreaker of the Year Award. His company was identified among the top 50 disruptive companies by MIT in 2013 and received the Forbes India Leadership Award for Outstanding Startup in 2014. We could not have a better spokesman to talk about the entrepreneur's journey. I particularly look forward to his talk about love, faith, and craziness as part of this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our chief guest, Mr. Naveen Tiwari, who will deliver our Foundation Day lecture.
Respected faculty members, guests, students, it's an absolute privilege and honor to be here on the 42nd Foundation Day for IIM Bangalore. It's a prestigious institution. It's one of the best in the world. Clearly one that I couldn't possibly even apply to because it's too tough to get in. So I chose the easier path and went abroad. You always, as an entrepreneur, you always try to find easier, things to do in an easier way. So I stuck to that. When I was invited here to speak, I wasn't sure, what I would say, because I've been on the other side more often than on this side. And mostly I know that, these speeches are all about putting people to sleep. So, my attempt today would be to try and, try to make it short, because I expect everyone to, not hear long stories. And secondly, I will try to share few stories from my own journey and see if it makes sense. The stories of, love, faith, and craziness have turned my life into a dream. And so they are very, very close to me. And I share them very passionately at every possible, forum. Story number one, it's all about, have faith. My story of being an entrepreneur and building a large company, might sound a bit poetic and romantic. What's visible to most of the people are things that have happened post-2008. What's not visible to people are what things happened between 2006 to 2008. And the 2008 stories look very, very good. But I think that the crux of an entrepreneur is in the stories prior to that. So I want to share something, something from that time. When I passed out from HBS, I took the decision to not follow the norm and join a big company. It was a hard decision because everyone expects you to earn a lot of money post an MBA. That's why you do an MBA. At least that's what I thought I was doing the MBA for. But instead, I decided to follow my heart, where I wanted to work for very, very small companies where I felt I could do something. So I went down that path, and I moved to San Francisco, and I started to look for companies where I could spend time and work for them. I thought I had a very decent background. I had an IIT, I had McKinsey, I had HBS. People would die to take me. Truth be told, nobody wanted to hire me. Nobody. And the reason was very simple. I didn't bring anything real to the world, because I had not done anything real in the world. I had done things which were very, very flashy, but I had not done anything real. And that hurt. I spent almost about a year trying to look for things to do, but nobody would give me anything. And maybe there was a part of me which was also very resilient about the fact that how can somebody not take me? Like, I cannot be that bad. And so I decided to change one thing in me, which was to say I will not charge anybody. So I started to work for free. Still, it was not that easy. People still wouldn't take me. But it was not so bad that nobody would take me, so I started to work. So I started to work 3 jobs. And I did that for the next year and a half, in the hope that those things, very, very small companies, would convert into something meaningful that I could then utilize and build upon. But that didn't happen. It didn't happen. On one hand, I was distraught. Distraught largely because I would see all my friends who I already started to avoid, because I didn't want to see them anymore, because they were all spending money, buying new cars, buying homes, roaming around with their dogs, and I didn't have any of those things. I barely had a home to live in. And so but truth be told, I kept a very bold face, because, you have to fake it. And you have to be very, very, very resilient. You have to show that resiliency. We did. But somewhere, something that my father had told me a long time ago had stuck with me. And it was very simple, but it was not making sense to me, especially it was not making sense to me when I was going through all of this. That up there is a plan for each one of us. There is that plan. The stars would align. You just need to have faith. But when you go through these daily struggles, all of those things don't make sense. As an entrepreneur, none of that made sense to me in those times. They all seemed very poetic. They all seemed true for somebody else. But somewhere, maybe that notion stuck to me. And I stuck to not giving up. At the end of those 3 attempts, a year and a half later, I was even more distraught. I really wanted to give up. Every day of my life, I just wanted to do one thing, was to give up. 4 times a day, I wanted to give up. And then, none of those things worked out, so I decided to write something on my own. I went to meet somebody, and I said, hey, here is what I'm working on. I was so used to hearing no from people. I've been hearing no from people for 2.5 years. That a no was a very obvious answer for me. One fine evening in Delhi, I showed something to somebody and said, hey, I have this thing that I'm working on. And I was about to walk away, just like every other meeting that I've had for the last 2.5 years, when he just stood up and said, aha, I like this. I want to put money into this. That was Mumbai Angels at long time ago. 2 nice people from there said, we're going to back you up. That changed everything for us. But every minute prior to that, the only thing we wanted to do was to give up. I think, to me, the biggest thing in all of this was, for any entrepreneur out there, anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur or who believes that they are one of those, you have to have faith, because there is a larger plan out there. If there is a plan that could be there for people like me, I'm pretty sure there's a plan for every one of you out there. And to me, one of the biggest lessons for me was to always have faith. And that has stuck to me till date. In business, Things go up, things go down. But we need to just make sure that we do the right things. And we need to have that faith. That one thing has really led and helped us build a fairly large company today, because we stuck to it and we had faith. Story number 2. Do what you love. And there is a very special saying, where every papa says कि बच्चा मेरा बड़ा नाम करेगा. Everyone says this. That will not happen, by the way, when you follow what everyone else has done. That's not what your papa actually said. That will happen when you do what you love and enjoy and have your heart in. This is when you do something like that, this is when you make a name for yourself. To me, you should not do what the society essentially tells you to do or ask you to. You should do what you love. And the society will ask you to be bound by the definitions of what it has seen as success. And what society has seen as success are things that were done in the past. Society has not believed in things that have not been done. And if you try to do things that have been done in the past, even if you don't like them, then you're not really changing the world. And if at some level you can figure out things that you want to do, most probably they may not be the norm of the society, you should actually do it. To us, the biggest success to us was the plans that we all had did not align with the plan of the society. They will also not align with the plans of your neighbors, by the way, because who have very high level of input into your life, and they have a huge influence into your life. It will not also align with your neighbors. It will also may not align with your parents. It has to be a plan that you believe that is built for you and by yourself. I actually come from a family of academicians. My grandmother was the first woman professor across all IITs in 1962. My father became a professor and dean. My uncle became a professor and director. My father-in-law is a professor and a director. Maybe a few others, which I can't even remember, they're all academicians. I was born, and my future was written. I was born on the campus of IIT Kanpur, and I was supposed to die there. There were plans built to say that, if you stay in the same home for 99 years in a government home, it becomes yours. I knew that plan. Our family had that plan, that we will stay in this home for 99 years, the home will be ours. But somewhere, I have always felt that life is short. And if your heart, by the way, I have an amazing amount of respect for this profession. I think it's amazing. But somewhere felt it's not for me. I couldn't relate to it. And somewhere felt that life is too short to live for somebody else. My grandmother till date is upset with me because my name doesn't have a doctor in front of it. Like, that's the only thing that she always wanted to see. But somewhere, life being so short, I decided to go down the entrepreneurship path. Everyone in my family said, "ये business क्यों करोगे? सामान क्यों बेचना है? कुछ ऊंचा काम करो. लोगों को पढ़ाओ. This is the way the world evolves." Somewhere that was not for me. And so I decided to go down the path of entrepreneurship, something which I felt I loved. And to me, every day today, I get up because I love what I do. I really feel life's really, really short. I probably have lived, 20, 30,000, we all are going to live 30,000 days. We probably have lived 10, 12,000, maybe 15,000 days. Little is left. We have to really optimize crazily in order to make sure whatever little is left, we work on things that we really love, because once you love something, you'll create amazing things out of it. to me, I felt creating things was really core to me. Whether I will succeed in making something big, I didn't know. I really felt that in being involved in trying to change the world and trying to make the society better is very, very dear to me. I'm pretty sure it's very dear to many of you. I never realized that, we would be able to do something really big. Go back to point in story number 1, have faith. Have faith and do what you love. Crazy things can happen. Magnificent things can happen. And to me, that is the story number 2 for me, which is, do what you love. Every day today, I die to get to office. Because it's the thing which I've done for the last 7 years, and it's the thing that I've loved to the core. And I think I would continuously have that for the next 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, howsoever I work. Because that's how I want to live my life. I want to do things that I love. So to me, that becomes really, really important. And if you look close enough, you will notice a trend. A trend where the society slowly opens up to one's radical thoughts and adopts in time to excel. The question you need to ask is, do I wait for the society to change, or instead follow my own passion, my heart, my love, and rewrite the next definition of success for the society? If you choose the latter, you might fail, but you will at least never regret. Remember, stereotypes are passé. Just do what you love. Who knows, tomorrow you write the definition of success not only for yourself, but actually for your whole society. So to me, the story number 2 becomes really important. And I say this to everyone who works even at InMobi. If you're here, just be here only because you love to be here. Don't be here because I'm going to pay you a lot of money. You'll get paid at many places, every one of the people. And we have so many people from IIM Bangalore that work for InMobi. So thank you so much for that. It really makes our company so much better. But it is that little fact that, it makes, I really want people who love what they do. I'll go to my last story, story number 3. And that is, crazy is good. My father had told me to be crazy and take risks. And, a learning that I took the longest to probably understand. It was very, very hard concept for me personally. Taking risks is significantly different from avoiding failures. Each one of us, frankly, actually, each one of us can do significantly amazing job in trying to avoid failures, but we're not here for that, by the way. I don't think we were born to try and just avoid failures. Because if that were the case, then, you don't need to come to, brilliant schools and, get so educated, etc. I actually believe we are here to be crazy, and these times that we live in allow us to be really crazy. We can let our mind wander off and become really different. We can take risks that can potentially even change the world. And to me, that is the world that we live in today, where if we continuously push ourselves, we probably can change the world. I'll give you a story of InMobi. When we started InMobi, we started in India, and many of our friends and well-wishers suggested for us to start the company in San Francisco. It was a very sane advice. It made complete sense. Why? Because we were trying to build a product company. A product company had never been built out of India. And therefore, if you look at the past success, there was no way anybody would back us to say you'll be successful in future. But we decided not to listen to people. We heard them, we didn't listen to them. We said, I don't believe in what you're saying, because what you're saying is by the way, all of us are born, and we are taught, by the way, especially in schools, to do a great job of pattern recognition. We do an amazing job of pattern recognition. And that's what we do. We said, hey, it didn't happen in the past, can't happen in the future. We decided to actually build the company out of India. We decided to build a global product out of India. And today, it gives me immense pleasure that our product, built out of Bellandur, is probably at least 2 to 3 years ahead of what advertising products companies like Google and Facebook have. And they try to copy our products day in and day out. It gives me immense pleasure when we go around the world and around, we have offices in about 25 countries right now. Everywhere people talk about our product to say it is phenomenal. It gives me immense pleasure when we innovate on product that nobody in the advertising world has actually even thought about. And we are launching those products day in and day out. All of those things are done by engineers sitting in Bangalore. And the reason why that happened is because we decided that we are going to build this out of here, and we trusted our own people. We trusted the people to say, we can build this. And it's not easy, by the way. I still remember going around the world, especially in, 5 years ago, going to, Europe or US and saying, hey, we have this great product. And eventually a question would come up, hey, where are you based out of? And you would say, I'm based out of Bangalore. Oh my God. We can't, aren't you based out of Silicon Valley? No. But then how can we take your product? It was a very hard sell because people won't want to buy your products because you're not based out of Silicon Valley. We decided to change that. We may not have changed it completely, but I at least hope our craziness should have led to, and I think it has led to, few other companies trying to build global product companies today. And I take immense pleasure and pride in the fact that one little decision many, many years ago has sparked off creation of global companies. I actually fundamentally believe India, the West has created products for the first billion people. India, including China, will create products for the next 6 billion people. They may not be coming from the West. And so to me, these little sparks of craziness, and we have so many of these at InMobi that we try to do every day and day in and day out. Many times we fail, but we only care about succeeding in them few times. Because every few times that you succeed in that, it gives you returns that can never be measured. And so therefore, we care less about the failures, but we just care about few of these successes. I actually believe, by the way, craziness keeps you. It keeps us, real. It makes us, push the boundaries that have never been pushed ever before. By the way, speaking of crazy, when you're crazy enough to think big, you will see that one thing that we always take for granted is our own country. We get so busy trying to do things in our daily life that we actually miss out the fact that, what all of us have the power to do for our own country. I actually believe that the world that we live in, each one of us out here, have so much power to change our country that might have actually taken generations to change. Probably in the next one generation, we can leapfrog the country multiple folds. And that's the power of what we have if we are willing to go crazy on what this country needs. I think we are living in a time, in an era, all of those things are possible. We are living in an era where, we have access to capital, we have access to talent, we have access to amazing amount of problems. And if you can solve for so many of these problems, you are going to change the country. And to me, that one little thing makes me believe that India as a country is going to go distances over the next 10 to 20 years. It is our era, guys. It is our era over the next 10 to 20 years. It is for us to win or lose. Fundamentally, if we do not push ourselves enough, work hard enough, be crazy enough, have faith in our own abilities, nobody else will come and do that for us. It is up to us now. It is this society, it is these set of people, it is these kind of institutions which are going to create people who will actually do this. So with that, I again want to wish each one of you, congratulations on your 42nd Foundation Day. It's a memorable day. It's something that each one of you should be proud of. I think the institution clearly marks the kind of people that exist out there. It's one of the most premier institutions on the planet. And that level of talent probably doesn't come out of many other places in the world. And so therefore, the talent that probably sits out here will probably be one of those that will change the country. So on that note, to all the future leaders here, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here in front of all of you.